What's up guys, Mini Kiwi Crunch here, doing a new Reckoning DLC build video after a week of not doing anything on my channel. So here we go. Cabal Vanguard, not really a Vanguard. I'm gonna try and keep this quick. I just recorded like 12 minutes of a build video and decided to scrap it and save some of what I said for when I'm actually playing and doing a commentary for this. So I'm gonna try and breeze through this, but still provide enough information. Equipment and gear, I recommend Juggernaut or any hydraulic joint or anything like that for if you're doing a melee build, or if you just want your melee to be a bit stronger. This melee is pretty good, so it's good at finishing off enemies after you shoot them a bunch, because my build is not about melee. My build is actually about shooting, because you're a pretty good shooter shot, whatever. So you could use hydraulic joint. I prefer more shields because I'm going to be playing with gold. I prefer surviving over dying, like everyone else. Anyways, moving on to keep this short. I'm using a pistol, so pistol rail amp 3. If you're using an assault rifle, use the assault rifle amp. If you're using your melee build, go for strength enhancer. If you're using an SMG, go for SMG rail amp. I think you guys get that. Phasic rounds, because, you know, she's already doing poison damage, so why not add to that? More poison. And then power amp. Yeah, I got nothing on this one. It's just power amp. Alright, moving on. Weapons, Talon. I'd really recommend any pistol that you enjoy or prefer, or any weapon you prefer that has a good recharge speed. At least above 100, or like 50. 50% and higher, I'd say. Or 50 is even a little bit low, but anything above like 50%, because you do want to be able to still use your abilities quite rapidly. It does follow the build for a Vanguard, where you want to be able to charge frequently just to get your shields back. So yeah, I went with the Talon because I like the Talon. Any SMG, let me try speaking for once. You could use a Hurricane. She is a Turian. Surprise, surprise, she is a Turian. So she does get weapon stability in her passive. So the Hurricane's recoil is pretty much totally negated, which is awesome. But anyways, let me get onto the build and not rant about guns. And hopefully I won't rant around blah blah blah. I am having such an issue of talking right now. Alright, powers. Fuck it, let's do it. I am level 19, so after I level up to 20, I will be going for rank 3, and then for rank 4, I will be doing range. I tried a bunch of builds on this. I went for range, and then I did poison duration, and then double dash. Double dash is cool, but you only get your shields back. So, yeah, you go half the distance, or you go 40% of the distance, and you're kind of still out in the open. So it kind of sucks. So yeah, I'm only going for range this time around, trying something different. I've tried a few builds on this class, and this is the one that kind of is my favorite, I guess. Anyways, Nightshade Blades. Most OP blades in the game, which is probably why they're a grenade and not an ability, which kind of sucks, because the Batarian has an ability, not grenades, with his ballistic blades. So it sucks, but whatever. Make the most of it. This is why I recommended the grenade. I don't think I did recommend the grenade capacity when I last talked. Forgot it again. Oh well. Gear, quick little note. Jot this down if you're taking notes. Why are you taking notes? You can just rewind the video when you're doing this build on your Xbox or PC or whatever, what have you. You can use grenade gear. I only have it at level 2, so it's not really worth it for me. So yeah, go for damage, go for range. Duration, you'll probably kill it by the time the duration ends. And enhanced blades, because again, you'll probably kill it by the time it explodes. And I don't know if this is affected by bosses. Continuing on, Biotic Focus, the saving grace of this class. This is how you get your shields back. And don't tell me no it's not, because you have to pick the last one in the tier. Yes, I know that. But that's because you don't need, well, let me just go through it and I'll explain. You don't need movement speed. You already move fast enough. You're fucking small Turian. Melee damage or duration, your preference. I have a 3.5 recharge speed, and I usually spam this ability, so I'm not really worried about that at all. and Nightshade Blades don't have a recharge, so fuck it. Go for melee damage, because I melee sometimes. Fuck, I didn't get a grab last video. Damn it. Alright, anyways, Biotic Shield, go for this one. Don't use Heightened Focus. Fuck you, I'll explain it in the video. Use Biotic Shield. Do it. Use this one. Anyways, passive, Turian. She's a Turian, so she gets weapon stability, which I went for, not power damage. Even though I think I did that last time. Alright, power damage, because it's power damage. Headshot damage, she gets 30%, so I guess she would be pretty good with a gun. I guess you could run around with like a Cerberus Harrier and just wreck shop. Shoppe! Alright, damage and stability, I went for it again because you could go for this if you want to use assault rifles and have a better recharge speed. But I just went for killing shit. Because that's what I do, I kill shit. And then this is as far as this is getting, rank 4, health and shields. Melee build, definitely go all top. You get some ridiculous melee damage. But that's all I'm going to talk about for the build. I'll save some other stuff for during the video on the amount of builds I've done and what I have done for builds and why I'm using this one over all the rest. So hopefully I actually have a good gameplay for you and some dipshit doesn't. Alright, here's the video. Gonna take away my missile launcher real quick. And now I'm actually going to sit in this corner while I change the batteries in my headset. Sorry about that, totally planned this. Anyways, I'll go along and talk about this gameplay a little bit, give you a little story on what's going to happen. I do go down a few times. I was actually debating very early on, probably like after the second or third time I died, like early in wave 2, I was like, I might need to change my weapon or something else. This isn't working out for me. But I'm glad I didn't, and I continued on, I struggled on, and eventually I actually ended up doing very well. So about this build, I said during the build video I'm going to talk about some other builds I was doing. I did a melee build on this guy, person, and like right there, probably would have killed him by the second melee. Or he would have been like a simple little shot to the head and he would have died. But instead, I don't have the melee damage that I need, and now I just run chasing this husk. So my melee build, I didn't go for Biotic Focus, which you can see me kind of spamming already. I'm kind of just running around, shooting everything, and here I'm like, oh, I'm gonna melee. Like, I don't know how that talent shot missed, but your melee does have poison damage, so I did actually kill him once I died. But the melee build just wasn't working out for me. I didn't get my shields back from anything, so I would have to stay in cover to get my shields back. And my melee, once I got the percentage from, or like the bonus damage from doing a successful heavy melee, killing from a successive heavy melee, that's a mouthful, then I would get the damage bonus. And that damage bonus would rape everything. But if you didn't have that damage bonus, you were pretty much a sitting duck. Which sucks. But early in this gameplay, it's really rough. It's like I forgot how to play as this class. And like right here, I'm like, oh wow, I'm struggling right now. I'm playing with an all-Geth team. More randoms, but these guys are actually good. I'm playing with, I'm playing with an Infiltrator, the Juggernaut, and a Geth tank, Pyro tank. But like right here, I was like, God damn, alright, maybe I was really debating on whether or not I should just quit now, like pick up an assault rifle and go from there and try and do a build like that. But I was like, fuck it, if this video does go bad, I just won't release it like the last one I did. Because I actually do have another Cabal video that I already recorded, I just never uploaded because I didn't like it. just didn't like it and didn't want to release it. So continue on. We're doing targets eliminated, which isn't too bad. I believe they're Banshees. We are playing on gold against Reaper, Firebase White. I don't think I mentioned that in the last video. Again, I'm still struggling, still spamming product focus though, which is good. It's not the worst thing. But the Talon is, this is why the Talon is one of my favorite abilities. Yes. The Talon Gauntlet. You just shoot the Talon out of the gun. But I took down the Banshee shield pretty quick. I know you might be like, oh, but you use Poison Shade blades, whatever they're called, Nightshade blades. Toys. Yeah, they suck against shields. And here I'm like trying to fucking warp through right in front of the Banshee. Whoopsie. But I don't know, this video is interesting. I did another build before this one, which I would play on silver, which was my original, like, oh my god, this class is awesome build. When it was the first character I got out of Reckoning, it was in the gift pack that I actually got from BioWare. And I spec'd it how I figured that it would be good. I had double dash, I didn't go for the range, so I was literally just double dashing like 5 feet in front of me, which was kind of pathetic. And then I had my melee damage spec'd out. I did fitness 1, and then like I did health and shields 1, and then heavy melee and melee at the top on fitness, which actually served me pretty well. Like I said, I was pretty much one-shotting Phantom in silver, except I went to gold, and that plan immediately failed. Like everything I was doing just wasn't working. It just didn't work. So I went for a melee build. I did use a respect card, went for a melee build. At that time I also got the Talon Mercenary, so I was testing him out as well. Found out he was shit. So I had the Talon Mercenary and the Cabal, and both of them I went from like, oh sweet, new characters, to like, wow, these guys suck. So I experimented with a melee build, was gonna record it because I was like, alright, melee on silver is insane. I can't imagine this on gold, especially when I actually spec out for all melee damage. It was a complete disaster. I think I dashboarded probably around wave 2, and I was like, fuck this. I stopped recording and I just left the game, and I was so disappointed and upset that something that I thought would be great turned out to be a shit show. Like I said, I don't know if I said in this build video, I went for the range on these. It's not 22.5 meters. It's more like 10. Like I shot those fucking Nightshade blades. Like, you have to be close range in order for those to take effect. Have to be. Otherwise, they're pointless. They don't do the damage they should. It's kind of like I see it as like a poison cloud besides anything else. But anyways, melee build failed, so I was looking around for another build. Use another respec card on this class, and I did the build very similar to this, but I didn't use Nightshade blades because at the time I thought they were stupid. So I had Poison Strike maxed out. Well, I had everything maxed out. Poison Strike was range, double dash, and poison duration. It was a mix of melee and fitness, yeah, melee and fitness on the health bar. Passive was power damage. I believe the last one was weapon damage. And then that's it. That's all the abilities. Oh, Biotic Focus was spec'd for what I have in this build. And that one worked out pretty well. And then I was looking up builds online just to get some more feedback to see how my build compared to other builds that people were using. Because some people were like, oh, Cabal's pretty good, I'm using this, I'm using that, doing a melee build. And I was like, alright. And then I stumbled upon a build that was very close to mine, but it's whatchamacallit, Poison Strike was what I have it now at 4 instead of maxed out. And also Fitness wasn't maxed out. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And they were like, run around and just use blades, bring grenade capacity, and you'll do good. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I'll have to try that. So I did. And this is the product of testing it out for a couple matches now. I think this is my third match playing with this build. And I'm not great with it, but at the same time, I'm getting used. In this gameplay, I can really see myself getting used to how to maneuver. Like, currently, I've been watching as I do a commentary, I'm watching what I'm doing. So if I do notice anything really important that I should point out to you, I can. But as of right now, this is just kind of basic, like, shoot, kill, blades. And the only thing that I've noticed that what I'm doing differently from like the first wave to now is that I'm teleporting everywhere. Like, only in the same spot my entire team's there, and if not, I'm just warping everywhere. Like, and then that's one instance of Poison Strike where it might work. I don't know, the hitbox on Poison Strike isn't really great. I have all of the builds I've done, I've never gotten Poison Strike to really work for me. But the way this gameplay really showed me how I should be playing Cabal. Even with a talent or any gun, how you should be playing it. And it's really just, you warp in, you use your blades, or you just start shooting and you use biotic focus. You warp in either by using Poison Strike, or you do your normal dodge. Your dodge is a very quick teleport, which is pretty awesome. And I realized that in this gameplay, that's what you have to do. You have to be teleporting, you have to be moving around a lot. While you seem very durable, you're also very squishy, I guess, for lack of better terms. So yeah, you do need something to kill quickly. You do need something to be able to move fast. And I feel like with the talent now and with the blades, I feel like if I get a good grenade gear to increase my capacity and maybe a shotgun, you could do some massive damage. The talon's good because it's kind of like, well, it's like a pistol shotgun, which is great. I feel like maybe with a high-level Wraith or something else light, you can just do a lot of damage. Like here, this is just spamming both Nightshade blades and teleporting and biotic focus. And through that, I actually do enough damage for my team to finish up. And then that brute's just chilling. So, yeah, this was like, at this point in the game, like, I'm really glad I kept recording. And I'm glad that I actually know how to use this class a lot better now. I don't know if I've checked the leaderboard, but for most of the match, I was in the second spot for most points, which surprised me. I was like, wow, didn't think I was doing that much damage, but I was just... Poison blades and poison, they give you a lot of points for assists. Like, you could just do a shitload of damage and then let your teammates finish them. But that poison... Like, your poison blades are more of like a poison cloud. So it's like releasing a short cloud out of your gauntlet, and that infects a large area. I've noticed that sometimes when I poison an enemy, like an enemy probably 10 meters away gets poisoned. And I'm like, oh wow, that's either the reach or that's just the radius of it. And I've noticed that it's more of a radius than a beam. It kind of just like spurts out, and that's it. And I don't know really where it goes. Another thing I've noticed is that if Ravagers don't have any damage before you hit them, they don't take any damage, which makes no sense at all. So, whatever. I don't know. I'm finally starting to really like this class. Fucking great accuracy there. I believe I'm gonna try meleeing this guy again. Yeah. I don't know, melee was not working too well for me. The extra shields did help. Extra shields, I guess, always help. But I was really confused right there. It looked like fucking the Banshee was in that middle area, and I was like, what is going on? Like, why is... Like, see, that guy's poisoned all the way over there. No idea how he was poisoned. Like, no idea. Like, I shot right in front of me, and somehow he got poisoned. But, yeah, it's getting there. This team was really good. I was really glad to get a great team. Here, I'm kind of getting fucked, but through teleporting, you just... I guess I subconsciously picked this map. I picked both Reaper and the map. I guess I subconsciously did this because I knew I could teleport. I see there. I'm just below halfway under the Geth Infiltrator's build. The Geth Infiltrator in this match is using one of the most OP builds in this game. He's using Geth Infiltrator, Proxy Mine, and with a level 10 Piranha. He's kind of doing a lot of damage. And here I can you get away from Banshees in a second. Like, you don't even have to try to get away from Banshees. Like, you can just be where the enemies are and just teleporting through walls on this map, and you'll be fine. Here I get fucked. I'm like trying to go through this wall, not working out, so I'm like, fuck. And I just teleport all the way left. Any other class, you would have been fucked. You literally would have been like raped. But this class, it's all about how you move. Which is why I keep Poison Strike at 4. And why I want Poison Strike at 4. And why other people kept Poison Strike at 4. Although some people may have other methods, like actually using it. I use it to evade, get out of places, move places fast. Even though I pretty much go the same distance forward as my dodge. But, you know, whatever. Like, see, that was 16 meters, yet I can, like, melee the same distance. It's really weird. I don't know when BioWare is going to do another patch update. They haven't done one for like 3 weeks now, so maybe this week they'll do some buffs to the Omnibow and maybe fix Poison Strike. That would be awesome if they fix Poison Strike. Like, absolutely awesome. But, yeah, Biotic Focus is the reason why you survive 90% of the time. Yeah, you know, get my butt pushed in, but you know, whatever. It's all good. I can't get up these. I don't know why I couldn't get up that. I know that the Fury can get up those, so I don't know why you can't. Here's just kind of clusterfuck, so I didn't even have a lock. I just threw them in there because I knew the distance, radius, whatever you want to call it, would be good enough to just hit most of the enemies in there. This guy, fucking heavy melee into victory. I don't know why I teleported over there. Whatever. 50 assists. I believe this is wave 9. Yes, I'm right. I remember. Good. So no real issues. This, unlike the Solarian match I recorded and is in the process of uploading. That match, like, see, Ravagers aren't taking any damage. I don't know if that's like a bug or something, but Ravagers don't take damage to Nightshade Blades when they're at full health. Don't know why that happens. Really weird. Kinda shitty. And an enemy's just fucking invincible or invulnerable. So, like, even over time, they have nothing. I used 2 Nightshade Blades and they didn't take any damage. I feel like they're that way with another ability. Also, that 0.5 seconds of invulnerability you get from Biotic Focus, not that great. Yeah, not that great. Just kind of sucks. But whatever. It's whatevsies. It's whatevsies. So anyways, moving on. Jumped on. But just going through. These guys are getting their butts pushed in. They both go down. Again, Ravage. Damage. Teleport away from the Banshee. Poison Strike over here. Get these two guys up. And yeah, continue on our merry way. It's kind of a really shitty spot to be. Like, see, look at how far I just teleported. It's crazy. Here I had no place to go. So I used an pack, just have full health and shields. Actually, Banshee stick. So teleport away. This is turning out to be a pretty good match. I believe there was something else I was going to talk about. Oh, I remember now. The abilities. I'm going to talk about those a bit more in this. The abilities, Biotic Focus and Biotic Strike, Poison Strike. I feel like those abilities would be a lot better. Well, I feel like Poison Strike would be more useful if Biotic Focus didn't need rank 6 in order to get your shields back. Say Biotic Focus only needed like rank 1 to get 40% of your shields back, but at rank 6 you got like 80% or 100% of your shields back. That would make the melee build a bit better, and actually probably one of the best builds in the game for meleeing, because this character can do a shitload of damage for meleeing if you spec into everything. Like if you go everything melee, this character will be an absolute monster. Like monster, like destruction. I did play, I know you might be like, oh yeah, on silver. No, I did do, for the time I was in that gold match doing my melee build, I was one-hitting it. Like everything was just bowing down to me. Until like I got gangbanged, and then I was in the middle of the circle there. But anyways, if Biotic Focus like automatically recovered shields just by the first rank, I feel like that would be a much more beneficial ability to melee. I know melee is literally like, oh, this guy. If Biotic Focus did do that, you could do a melee build, and you probably have one that compete with the Krogan. Any Krogan. The Krogan Warlord and the Krogan Vanguard, whatever he's called. I forget his name. But yeah, that kind of sucks. It also sucks that Nightshade Blades are not an ability like Ballistic Blades are for... This guy gets himself up, alright buddy. The Batarians have Ballistic Blades. That's an ability. They can just run around, you know, spamming Ballistic Blades, and they're pretty powerful. Well, they got nerfed with it, but they're still pretty powerful. I know that's probably why they didn't do it for this class, was because they wanted a powerful blade, but they needed a drawback. But the thing that sucks is that why doesn't the Batarian get theirs back to normal then and have them have a grenade too? I know they already have Inferno grenades, but there's other classes that have multiple grenades. Such as the Talon Mercenary, who has 3 grenades, and the Human Engineer and 7 Engineer, who has 2 grenades. So I don't know why they didn't do something like that. Well, I don't know. I guess I don't know if they'll change it at this point in the game for the Batarian. They brought the Ballistic Blades back to what they were. Probably still be Ultimate Destruction. Still is pretty. He's still one of my favorite classes to play as. Like he's very good. Or much better than he already is. But anyways, I think that's all I wanted to talk about for the abilities. Biotic Focus should have like base shield boost instead of needing rank 6. I would definitely spec into a melee build if that was the case. Nightshade Blades, pretty awesome now. I really like how they work, if I can figure out how they work. I'm finally figuring out how to use this class, so that's pretty good. And what else? I guess Poison Strike needs a better hitbox. I feel like Poison Strike doesn't hit any enemies when I use it, so there's no real point for me to use it. It's 9 seconds left. I guess I'll wrap up the video. I know I don't have that much longer afterwards, but I hope you guys like this video. There's no raging like in the Solarian build, unfortunately. But that's it. Went from a very rough start for me to a pretty good start, or a pretty good end, rather. Which is good. I mean, finally, I showed you actually a good gameplay for once. Well, in my opinion, it was a good gameplay. But this is the Cabal Vanguard, female Turian. It's unfortunate that we had to wait till the very end to get this, but you know, BioWare added some really cool classes and all new models, so I guess I can't complain. Anyways, I hope you guys like this video again, even though I just said that. Like, subscribe if you want to see more. I will be posting more. Probably, I don't know if I'm going to do every build in the game, but I'll do a few special ones that I haven't really seen before. Anyways, that's it. I'm wrapping this up now. I hope you like, subscribe, and do some other stuff. Thanks. Later.